In all former records indicated Naruto to be the strongest of them all. The true god of shinobi. A legend among legends. A powerhouse among powerhouses. A true king. The Valley of the End. Madara, Tobirama, Hashirama, and Naruto Uzumaki ran towards each other, holding up their respective weapons. Naruto his blade, Hashirama his wooden golem, Madara the legendary Uchiha fan, and Tobirama the blade of the Asher Sky, said to be built by the sage of Six Paths himself as an attempt to create a celestial being, a celestial weapon, a weapon that could cut through the stars. I'll win this war, Tobirama yelled out. I'm gonna be the first Hokage, Hashirama yelled. That's my village. I can destroy it when I want, Madara said. And Naruto yelled out, Die, you bastards! The battle commenced with. Hold up. The battle commenced. Each and every leader struggling to get the upper hand, with the only one seeming to have the upper hand within their favor easily being Naruto. Slash of the fire god, Naruto yelled out as black flames began to erupt off of his blade. He then disappeared, swinging with all of his power. Naruto spinned as he cut, similar to the water style pinwheel of Demon Slayer, completely slicing Tobirama in half. As then he disappeared, punching Madara in the stomach and sending his leg towards his face. Then Hashirama sent a massive wooden hand towards Naruto. As Naruto then jumped over it as he got on top of it, slicing the wooden arm off. As he then turned around, jumping towards Hashirama, as then he kicked him within the air. Blood began to spurt out of his mouth. I'm sure I can find a better picture on the other. Good enough. Naruto then sliced towards Hashirama as Hashirama created a wooden barrier on his back as then he turned around kicking at Naruto. You killed my brother, you savage. All you want to do is destroy the Leaf Village. I knew the moment that you joined us, you'd be a liability. Huh, Hashirama? Finally showing your true colors, he said, punching Hashirama in the stomach. Hashirama then jumped back, bleeding heavily. I know what you did to her. I've known. Madara told me a long time ago. And now, I'm gonna get my revenge. My daughter never had to die, but you went on and killed her. Now, you're receiving the wrath of the god of Shinobi, Naruto said as then he kicked Hashirama in the throat, sending him far within the air. Katon! Flame! No. Katon! Combined attack! Flame bomb! Madara and Naruto yelled out as they both unleashed massive fireballs. So, Madara, I'm gonna get you back as well, lying to me. I just needed your help at that time. You can forgive me, can't you, old buddy? As then, Naruto's anger completely disappeared, almost as if it was non-existent. Alright, but this is the last time I forgive you, he said, looking directly towards Madara Uchiha. As then, Madara smirked. Yes, it's all going towards my plan. With the help of Naruto, who is hailed as the god of Shinobi, who has beaten Hashirama countless times. Hashirama's regenerative abilities won't save him this time, he said, as Hashirama and Madara always tied because of Hashirama's unique healing abilities. You're so weak, he said, as then Hashirama began soaring towards the ground as he dropped down, blood seeping out of his body, with some parts of his body not looking like the old Hashirama, as they were melted, his skin melted. You disgust me, Hashirama. Now you'll face true retribution, he said out loud as then he disappeared. Flame slash, he yelled out as then he brung his blade towards Hashirama's throat as the flames completely burned his flesh as Naruto cut off Hashirama's head. Then Hashirama's body dropped towards the ground as he lied dead. Now, I'll get revenge on the elders and the leaf. You saw me as a threat. I helped you since the beginning, Naruto yelled out as Madara had a gigantic smirk on his face. Let's begin, Naruto said, as then Madara dropped towards his knees as he began coughing violently. I guess my battle scars have taken over. I can finally see him. He's looming over me. Pale skin, red eyes, white hair. As then, Naruto has a flashback to his dead daughter, to his almost dead daughter. She said the same thing before dying. No, Madara! Naruto yelled out as then he grabbed onto Madara. I could finally rest in peace, knowing that a new Uchiha, well, a half Uchiha, if only an half Uchiha becomes Hokage and protects my clan. Madara said, as then his eyes closed. You pay, Hashirama! The whole entire village, it will all pay! It will go up in flames! It shall pay! Naruto said, as then tears began to flow out of his eyes as he disappeared. As then Madara opened up his eyes as he had a smirk on his face. My plan is going smoothly. As then he summoned the Death God. In a few hours, you'll be receiving more than 80,000 souls. Will that be good enough? I have to say, it's you only required 40 souls to revive him. I know. But I want you to use the rest of the soul's power to amp his body to its maximum. Then there'll still be 40,000 souls. Use the rest to his chakra reserves and enhance his Sharingan a little. Alright. As then, the Death God, around 3 hours later, the Death God felt massive amounts of souls. Souls leave their body. As it was unimaginable. 8,000, 40,000, 80,000. And it kept on rising until it hit 200,000. There's a lot more than just 80,000. There's 200,000. Oh, then use the rest of the souls to enhance his Sharingan. I want him to be able to wipe out a planet, he said with a smirk on his face. Alright. As then he began to consume the vast well of souls. As then appeared Izuna Uchiha. Izuna's appearance. His Sharingan no longer was blood red, but spacey white with black tomoe. But not just any black. A black that seemed to soar into your soul. I'm alive again, Izuna said, as then tears began to fall out of Madara's eyes, as he finally got to see his little brother again. As his heart completely changed. Brother, you're alive. Correct, I am. As then, around 3 hours passed by with Madara explaining everything and having a long conversation with his brother. A few tears were dropped out of the. Tears were shed from both brothers, as then Izuna, even compared to his new chakra reserves, felt a massive amount of chakra come barreling in. He's here, Madara said as he smirked. As Naruto appeared, but instead of his normal red hair, his hair had the same shade of black as Izuna, and his hair had grown out a bit, and he had the same Sharingan as Izuna. Within the massacre, he mistakenly slaughtered the Senju and Uchiha clan by mistake, which is the reason why it registered to 200,000. As with the birth of the Lee village, the clans had grew prosperous, and their production of, since they were bored, since they didn't have to fight, a lot of kids were made. I mean a lot. Like, barrel in fucking 40 of those little boys. 40 of those little boys. I'm so funny. Anyway, Madara smirked as Naruto had arrived. So, Naruto, what are you gonna do? And then he noticed something which surprised him. Naruto's eyes were spinning. What? Wait. I thought you weren't able to unlock the Mangekyo. No matter how much people you killed, no matter how much of your brethren were slayed. I guess it's hard not to when you're the one who slayed all of them. The entire clan, it's gone. As then tears began to pour out of his eyes. Everyone, they're all gone. Every last one of them, completely gone. And they're not coming back. He said, and now within his eyes, completely white background with black that could stare into your soul. There were 9 balls within his eye, and each and every one of them, each and every one of them, each and every one of them entailed his pain and hatred. And with that, we all know that with the desire of the user, once he unlocks the Sharingan, births a new ability. Since Naruto's sadness from the loss of his clan was ultimately the cost, like, like that in his whole entire village being destroyed, his emotion. His emotion once his wish was for the village to completely be erased, not even leaving ashes. But he quickly rethought this, birthing two abilities instead of the average one. The first, infinite destruction. No matter how strong you are, he could erase you with one single glance. And the other, death lingo. Now, death lingo is. I'm just kidding. He's not getting death lingo, he's getting the ability to create. Now, that's pretty much it. As then, Mara looked with a smirk on his face. Since you look more towards the Uchiha side, shouldn't you change your name? I have the perfect title for you. Uchiha Naruto, the god of shinobi. It sounds good, doesn't it? We now skip around. We now skip around a couple of years. The Uzumaki clan's prosperation bolstered times 1,000 as as the money within the Leaf Village was kept more safely than the people. So all the funds that they had were quickly used on Uzugakure to expand and build more homes and feeding the poor, resulting in a clan massive, like massive boost in people within the clan. And the person behind it, labeled by the rest of the Kage, Uchiha Naruto, the god of shinobi.